The very first CEO a company has ever hired, you are following in someone's footsteps. And the relationship your predecessor had with the board or the owners of the company will flavor your relationship with them. Maybe there was something that they loved about that CEO and they expected from you, but they haven't told you. Or maybe there was something they didn't like about the outgoing CEO and they don't even want a hint of it from you. Wouldn't it help to know? I'm Muntean. I'm an executive coach, a consultant, and I'm the author of The Successful New CEO. When considering or preparing to succeed another CEO, it's important to ask the board or owners about what did and didn't work in that past relationship. This is rarely mentioned. Boards and owners are often focused on topics like qualifications and past experiences and performance expectations. But just as, or possibly even more important, are their relational expectations. What do they expect? They may not even have thought about it. But many CEO successions fail, especially if you're following a long-term or particularly charismatic leader, purely because the incoming CEO doesn't live up to unarticulated, unexpected expectations. If you're following a well-liked and trusted leader, they likely developed an informal set of practices and habits in the relationship. Unless you ask about it, you aren't likely to know if some of those practices or habits continue on as expectations. Additionally, if you follow a CEO who wasn't liked or trusted, you may not be aware of habits or behaviors that you have that might trigger a negative response from the board or the owners just because they're negatively associated with the previous CEO. Again, this is not likely to be communicated unless you ask. So when considering or entering a role as a new CEO, don't allow yourself to be blindsided with uncommunicated expectations. Now, there's a natural tendency to let boards or owners set the pace of how the initial relationship is formed. However, they're not often aware of their own expectations or that they haven't communicated them to you. So don't leave it to chance. Ask. What has worked or not worked in your past relationship with the previous CEO? What do you want to change or keep? Now, there are other questions as well. In fact, there's 12 total questions that a prospective or new CEO must ask before you enter the position. If you'd like to learn about all 12 questions, please follow the link below. Now, if you're stepping into the role of CEO for the first time or the first time in this organization, you can pick up a free copy of my book, The Successful New CEO, down below as well. I'd love to hear from you. Leave comments or questions down below.